Hello guys, my name is Ihsan Faiz. I am Master of English from National University of Modern Languages Islamabad and Master of History B.Ed in MA from the University of Peshawar, and I've been teaching English grammar for the last 20 years. I am also the author of this book, Modern English Grammar Book, which is included by 700 pages. This is a complete English grammar book. So this was my short introduction. In this class, I'll teach you two important grammatical units. Number one, clause, the definition of a clause, that what is a clause, and difference between a clause and a phrase. It is very easy if you give a little bit attention and if you are with full focus. So you will understand this complex grammatical unit very well, irrespective of your maternal or national language. If I explain in that, whether it is Urdu, Hindi, Arabic, Chinese, or any other language, you do not need to translate in your own language. My target is to teach in the easiest way to all the people. So only a little bit focus is needed. Let's get into it. Clause. What is a clause? So here you can find a concise definition of clause in grammar. What is clause in grammar? So clause is a grammatical unit higher than a phrase. It has a subject and a verb. So this is a concise definition of a clause. If you keep in mind this definition in whenever you study English literature or any other writing, so keep in mind and study it again and again, so you will understand clear-cut spirit of a clause. So clause is a grammatical unit higher than a phrase. This is one point. In the other most important point, it has a subject and a verb. So if it has a subject and a verb, so first of all we will discuss the point that it has a subject and a verb, how we will understand. Look at this example. I was 10 when I got my scholarship. So I was 10, this is one clause. When I got my scholarship, this is another clause. Both of them are claused in this complete structure. This is a complex sentence. But here I do not discuss that what is a complex sentence, because we want to restrict only to our own topic, and that is the definition of a clause and difference between a clause and a phrase. I will discuss that in my next class, but here we will focus on clause. So I was 10 when I got my scholarship. It has two clauses. This is independent clause and this is a dependent clause, but both of them are clauses. Why? Because both of them have a subject and a verb. Look at this one. I was 10. So I is subject, was is a verb, and as I told you, it has a subject and a verb. A clause must have a subject and a verb, and it has a subject and a verb. When I got my scholarship. Now here I is subject and got is a verb. So this is also a clause. And you can also write here, this sentence, this structure in another way, in another way like this. I got my scholarship when I was 10. So now this independent clause became here a dependent clause, because we have used here when. Whenever you find the words like when, where, if, what, that, so that is usually dependent clause, and without of these words they are they are independent clauses. So this is here independent clause and this is dependent clause. Why? Because it has the word when, while here in this clause we find the word when, so this is dependent clause and this is independent clause. But both of them are clauses because both of them have a subject and a verb. While in a phrase, as I told you, clause is a grammatical unit higher than a phrase. So it is higher than a phrase. How? Now you see, if we find a structure and if it is included by more than one word, and if it does not have a subject in a verb, we will say it is a phrase, not a clause, because it is important for a clause to have a subject and a verb. So wherever we find a construction, we will try to find out if it has a subject and a verb, that would be a clause. And if it does not have a subject in a verb, that would be a phrase. Whether it is included by more than 3 words, 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, and a number of words, but if it does not have a subject in a verb, that would be a phrase. Now look at these examples so the picture will be clear in your mind. Now these are the examples of phrases. So look at this phrase. This is a large phrase, but still it is a phrase, not a clause, because it does not have any subject in a verb. The most beautiful and attractive scene of the nature. Now you see, in this structure, in this construction, you have 9 words, but still it is a phrase, not a clause, because it has neither a subject nor a verb, even though it has more words. But the basic requirements or the basic signs of a clause are not available here, and they are a subject in a verb. And likewise, look at this example: a spacious room with a kitchen and attached bath. Now it has also a number of words, but still it is a phrase, not a clause, because it does not have a subject and a verb. Sorry. Now look at this one: car, C-A-R, car. Car is a word, not a phrase. But if we say a car, so this is a simple phrase because it is included by more than one word. When we find a structure which is included by more than one word, whether it has 2 words, 3 words, or more than 3 words, so that would be a phrase if it does not have a subject and a verb. And if it has a subject and a verb, that would be a clause. So here car is a word, and if we say a car, so this is a phrase, but it is not a clause. And if we say a beautiful car, this is also a phrase, not a clause, because it has neither a subject nor a verb. And not only but sorry, not only beautiful but also a comfortable car. Now you see, not only beautiful but also a comfortable car. Now you see, this is a structure, and you can say this is a sorry, this is a structure, and this is a larger structure in meaningful structure, but it is a phrase. It is not a okay, so not only beautiful but also a comfortable car. This is a large structure and it is a phrase. And as I have told you about a phrase is you can say a conceptual unit of a speech, a conceptual unit. It means a meaningful unit. It is a meaningful unit, but it is a phrase, not a clause, because the basic requirements or the basic signs of a clause are true, and they are subject in a verb. And this structure neither has a subject nor a verb. So we will say this is a phrase, not a clause. So that was the most important signs, and you can differentiate a clause from a phrase in this way. So more clauses, adjective clauses, noun clauses, adverb clauses, in a number of other important grammatical units and grammatical structures I'll teach in my next classes. And if you want to learn more about grammar, so you click on that subscribe button, red subscribe button on your right, and then click on bell icon and click on all. So all my 120 videos will come to you. You will study step by step. And still, if you have any grammatical problem or any question about grammar, so you can ask me in the comments. In my next video, I will explain your question and you will understand. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. Bye bye.